The used car industry is an independent industry in retail sales and used car sourcing. It has segmentations that are different from the new car industry. So having the same strategies as the new car industry is not going to work for dealers nor for automobile manufacturers. Welcome to Maruti Suzuki Amazing Stories. I'm Siddharth Basu, and on this show we'll talk about the pre-owned car business as a great source of revenue for your business. With us to discuss this in our session are Puneet Poddar of Prem Sons in Ranchi. Then we have Nihas KM of AM Motors, that's in Malappuram in Kerala. From Maruti Suzuki India Limited, we have Tarun Garg. And finally, we have Vinay Sanghi. And he's from cartrade.com as an expert in this particular area. Due to the overall condition of the economy, new car sales have not been robust in the recent past. In such a scenario, the pre-owned car business can be a great growth driver. Vinay, what's your overview of this area of pre-owned cars?
The used car business is an independent business vertical. If you look at the US today, there are 3 used cars sold for every new car.
Is that right?
And if you look at the Indian context, margins on used cars are close to 8 to 10%, which is double the margin on a new car.
Tarun, what's the view of Maruti Suzuki on this?
Look, before I answer, I'd like to share a very interesting video.
A video? Yeah. Okay, right here on the screen.
So this is the ship they say is unsinkable.
It is unsinkable. God himself could not sink this ship.
Titanic will founder.
But this ship can't sink.
As far as Maruti is concerned, we are doing pretty good numbers as far as pre-owned car sales is concerned. Not only in terms of numbers, but also in terms of a double-digit growth year on year. But as we saw in the illustration, a company which does not evolve itself or doesn't improve, it can really sink very fast. So we need to be really aware of this fact. And in India, the car penetration is only 18 per thousand. And for most Indians, the first car is still a used car and not a new car. So I think potential here is huge.
Right, so now that we have a fairly clear picture of the industry, Vinay, where do you see it going in the near future?
The used car industry is the largest or the fastest growing industry in the whole automotive space. Today, there are approximately 4.5 to 5 million used cars sold per year. We expect that to reach 9 million cars in the year 2020, which will be double the new car sales at that point of time. If you see most OEMs today, they're mostly in the exchange business and not really in the retail trading or sales business.
So there's clearly huge potential in this market for pre-owned or used cars. Nihas, how are you approaching this business?
Over time, Truvalue has evolved into highly profitable and independent business. It's good that it comes automatically as a package with Maruti Suzuki. In other words, we get two dealerships in one letter of intent by Maruti Suzuki. Not only does it contribute to our overall profit, but also it hedges against the ever-fluctuating demand in the new car market. In fact, AM Motors POC business has been growing at a rate of 20%, and we expect it to grow much faster in coming years. And we understand this is not a simple business like new car. Even though it's a higher growth, higher profitable business, it needs constant attention and monitoring. It needs best manpower and investment. We have opened around 3 Truvalue independent outlets in and around our vicinity, and we employed the best manpower to run this business.
Okay, so that's the perspective from Malappuram. Thanks, Nihas. Puneet, I'm going to put the same question to you. What's your take on this scenario of used cars?
We at Premsons treat the used car business as an independent vertical and a separate profit center.
Okay.
Buying a used car is an important decision for any customer. As a new car dealer, we may find it is just another used car, but for the customer, it is a fresh purchase. To ensure a quality buying experience to these customers, we provide all allied services that we give to our new car customers like insurance renewals, warranties, ownership transfer, accessories and finance. We focus on direct retail to customers rather than wholesale to brokers.
Thanks, Puneet. Vinay, you tell us, what does one need to be a key player in this pre-owned or used car area?
To be a key player, one has to have an independent, strong brand. You need to have a large display available for your retail sales. You need to put up a strong or a good quality refurbishment center because consumers want to buy good quality cars. The adoption of digital media, technology to make sure you get more and more new customers. I think one of the things dealers should do is buy more and more cars of their own make and brand, refurbish them and sell them to their consumers, and start managing the life cycle of the car, independent to that of the life cycle of the customer.
Okay, Tarun, what do you see are the major challenges in achieving these objectives?
Before I answer this question, let's look at this video.
But I'm challenging you to a fight. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Hey, that's right.
I must break you. Hit me.
Challenges can be many and they can come in many forms. You know, while we are a leader in India, I think for used cars, we need to align ourselves to the global best practices. So I think that is one big challenge. And as Puneet also mentioned, you know, it's very important for us to change the mindset of a dealer from just an exchange to an independent used car business. I think that is a very, very big challenge which I foresee. Thirdly, you know, we need to give the customer a true experience, a purchase experience, you know, so that he is very delighted, he's ecstatic, and, you know, we make it a lifetime experience for him. So I think that is going to be the third challenge. I think fourthly, which is extremely important for us, is to develop a transparent and dynamic pricing mechanism. You know, that will give us a whole lot of credibility in this business. So I think these are the challenges which I really see, you know, in the used car business.
Thanks, Tarun. Now I'm going to turn it over to Nihas and Puneet once again. As dealers, how are you going to cope with these challenges? We'll start with you, Nihas.
These are very valid observation by Tarunji. Managing these challenges effectively would be the way forward for POC business. While we try to rotate our POC stock faster, we came up with the increased vintage stock. Instead of waiting for brokers for liquidation, we went to customer, we tried to reach to the customers directly. We accessorized the vintage cars, we displayed the cars prominently in our display areas. We implemented the vintage escalation metrics beyond 30 days of stock. And we also devised a prominent, very efficient sport incentive structure to our team. As a result of all this, our vintage stock has been reduced by 60%.
60%. That's sizable. Puneet, what's your view about the challenges?
I agree with Tarun sir's perspective of the challenge of used car business. But as Maruti dealers, we are best placed to meet these challenges. To ensure a quality buying experience to these customers, we already have 2 independent True Value outlets and 2 more are in the pipeline.
Right, so we are hearing about all sorts of measures to meet this challenge. I'm going to turn across to Vinay now. You have an industry overview. Anything you'd like to add to these various steps to meet this challenge of pre-owned cars?
Yes, to meet these challenges, dealers should offer new and used cars to upgraders and therefore increase their customer base, have good inventory management systems, have good price information when they buy cars, make sure there are proper technical evaluation when they're evaluating and purchasing of cars, and have a good display for parking of cars.
So, quite a comprehensive list of measures. I'm going to turn this across to you now, Tarun. What is going to be Maruti Suzuki's strategy in this area?
Look, we are very clear that True Value is going to be the fastest growing arm of our car business. So this is very clear. So now we want to be the voice of authority in True Value. 3 big pillars of the True Value business are going to be: number 1, independent brand with independent channel. Number 2, large retail formats. And number 3, strong online and digital presence. I think these are going to be the 3 pillars. And towards that, we have to continuously work. We want to own the OEM space and create a benchmark by selling the best quality used cars. And last but not the least, we want to dominate this used car market by leveraging the first-time buyers, upgraders from two-wheelers, by developing a pricing mechanism which is extremely transparent and dynamic. And we want to leverage the digital space so that we can meet the aspirations of today's young customers. We are bringing all this under one umbrella of transformation, which is going to be the future for Maruti Suzuki and its dealers. We also have a video on transformation of pre-owned car sales. So I'd like all of you to see this video.
In a tough market, one of the mainstays of the automobile business is the used car segment. And this, as we've seen, has the potential for tremendous growth. The key is to take on board all the learnings and strategies we've just discussed with Vinay, with Tarun, with Nihas, and with Puneet. Thank you. Thank you all very much for this very enlightening session. Here are the key takeaways of this session. Move from exchange to become a used car retail sales player. Build an independent brand with a True Value channel. Build a retail sales network with multiple channels, an independent used car retail sales outlet, a digital portal, large display lots. Create a strong online presence and digitization of assets.